power up to here, do we? So we're going to have to run some power lines up here. And we don't have power to the town. So we have power to here. And that's power and all of that. So we need to get a substation or two in town. Boy, we're over an hour. Jeez. Yeah, so like this substation, yeah, it won't pick up the bus stop, but will pick everything else up. And let's see, how far is that bus stop? It's just over the line. So if we put anything else up here, there's a good chance this other station will get it. So as long as we put this close enough. What is the gas station? Good. So if we put one, I would probably want to, I can't even put it on the other side of the road, can I? That's all right. We'll do it and just build it with dollars. Oh, can I get it in there even? No. Well, I really... There we go. So I'm just going to come in here with this one and say, fund from dollars. And then we want to run, we're in the bigger, I don't think we need a bigger power line here, but I'll just take this out the back of town a little bit. Good enough. So power is going to be coming up this way and or coming in this way. So I guess I need a switch that this guy can hook to. And then, you know what, we're going to change that around a little bit. Yeah, I don't want episodes to go quite this long normally. Can we get from there to there? Connection angle is too sharp. Which one? This one. That's fine. How's that? Frustratingly slightly more expensive than necessary. So what I should probably do is here have, I may cut this in two parts. How's that sound? Instead of in a whole separate episode, I mean, maybe I was just too, well, I was just too ambitious in how much I thought I could get done. So we're going to have coming like straight down from over there from our power plant. We are going to have, do we want to put, why don't we put this substation up here? Yeah, let's get rid of all of these. Well, no, we don't have to get rid of them. We just don't necessarily need that switch, though I don't think I'd get rid of it. So we'll have a little bit of redundancy, but, you know, we'll put it in like this. And then that way, if we want to run a separate line, if we start using too much for one of these lines, we can easily correct it. And let's go back here and finish hooking this up before we get off into, and this can get hooked up like this. So that'll power that. And heck, if we ever need something else, we can run it. And then that's about it. Yeah, and if we want to run more and further, we can. Now, in anticipation, let's put in a high voltage switch. Yeah, let's level more. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything else around this intersection at the moment that I need to worry about leveling. I like leveling. There we go. So now we'll have a high transformer line there. So we'll send some of the power or receive it from here to here, and then we'll just continue this to like there. And then let's make sure it looks a little decent from this angle. I'm just going to go to here for now. Perfect. So now that power will come in there. And then this one will be the expensive guy. What's wrong? Now the question is, when it comes to coming out of this power plant, am I better off? Yeah, I think I'm better off going around the farm this way. And I'm already using this one, so can I cross? Yeah. What's the sharpest angle? Okay, so you let me do that. If I just put one like right there, can I get past that farm? Yep. All right, not the prettiest thing you've probably ever seen in your life, but we come to like there. I see no reason not to cut that corner. All right, let's get rid of my marker road. Yeah, I think, do we just run it straight up to that guy, huh? $184,000 in electrical work alone. But hey, we'll have a nice big power line going up to here, which, if it's not necessary now, by the time we start, and I don't think we're going to be able to run steel mill and all that stuff off of that one power plant anyway, but yeah, so do we... Yeah, I don't know. I think that since we're going to split this into 2 episodes, I'll try to find a place that we would have split it. But let me actually start making some of this happen. Let's get that going before I even stop. All right, so we have this construction crew, which is just sort of like a road crew, but they do have good access to this. It looks like we're about to fill that up anyway, so for now, let's get this guy building a road somewhere over here. There you go. Just get busy for the moment. And really, are we going to want another construction kind of thing here? So we haven't really talked about what we're going to store here. And I don't, you know, so we're going to have asphalt. We're going to have prefab cylinders, or the prefab panels, which means we're definitely going to want at least an open storage yard. We're going to have gravel right here shortly, so that's another. So why don't we put an open storage yard like right here? Hopefully that will have power. And then we'll have gravel. We're going to have cement. We're going to have asphalt. We're going to have prefab panels. What else are we going to have? We don't have a warehouse over here. And a warehouse is going to be good because we're going to have to, and we might even want to, this is where we might want a meat locker. So let's get a warehouse in someplace. Now, do we want the warehouse mostly for stuff that's going to come from town this way? Now, I don't want to get into the town with the warehouse too much. Just, you know, so why don't we put the warehouse like, I don't want to interfere with that road, like here. If I don't like it before I build it, I can change my mind, right? So in other words, trucks are going to come in for now from down there with like food and other like alcohol and stuff. So they'll be a little closer to coming this way. Then we'll have a delivery truck here that takes them to the stores. And that means we should probably put our meat storage. Why don't we just put them like right across the street for now? So we're gonna have a cold meat storage and a delivery truck. So he may actually, we'll see. We may actually have him like stationed here. He'll go back, pick up meat, and then just deliver it. Maybe same thing with the grocery guy, same thing with the alcohol. Good. And then in the meantime, we can get some mechanical components driven up here, even if I have to do that manually or set it to like a real low quantity there. Yeah, and as far as construction storages go, there really isn't too much more. If you have the open yard and the gravel, that's 9/10 of it. So good. So what should we get building first? I would say probably even like probably the gravel storage, because I can actually start getting these other things fired up, which will make it actually easier to build all this other stuff. So rather than running gravel into here, we may end up, once we get this built, running gravel into here. So I didn't actually make a construction yard, and if I do put one in, it would be really close to that would be wonderful. Why don't we just keep it out of town a bit? Close to the road, close to this other building. You need a free excavator. What? You mean this whole... See, I don't need a free excavator. It's just that one little dot. Yeah, so getting the construction office here going, that'll be... And then that's what they'll do first. So they're going to have to... Oh, that road's not done right there. All right. Well, let's get this road done first. We're well on its way. Then I'm going to get this road done. And then I'm probably going to get the construction thing built. And... yeah. And then we probably want this storage yard built so we can run up enough materials that we can start building the gravel thing in some kind of logical manner. And then, yeah. All right, very good. I'm happy with it, though it's a lot of money. The good news is that because we're going to have to do so much hauling in of materials, that it's probably going to be a slow process anyway, which will give time for more money to show up. Because then we're going to have to do the power lines, which is 180 grand themselves. So I don't have to do them all at once, but I do need to get power up here pretty soon, and get the gas station going. So there's a lot to do, and so it'll be quite a while before I come back. You know, in real life, you guys, it'll be a second, but when I come back, I'm going to try to get, you know, a fair amount done so that we actually have a town here. So unfortunately, I guess this is the negative thing about building things. It's just no practical way for me to show you guys all of this. Even if it was a live stream, it wouldn't. I mean, it's going to be like 6-8 hours worth of work, I bet, here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to probably just let it run once I, you know, just let the money go up, and we'll see. Anyway, all right, I'll be back in a second or 6 hours, depending on your time frame. See you in a sec. Well, this is a long slog. There's some things I'm definitely... I never really did it in this level of detail before. You know, the game's pretty new. One thing I'd have to say is I wish these guys were better about bringing more stuff on one truck. Especially because I'm trying to watch my Rubles. You know, I just have like one truck assigned to our construction place down there. And he comes up with 3 boards and then drives all the way back and gets like 2 steel. It'd be nice if he could put the steel and the wood on the same truck. And then this guy seems much more enamored with bringing boards than he does anything else. So I don't know why he doesn't bring 25% with him each time. which I was hoping was the worst case scenario. Even if he drove back and forth with extra stuff each time, at least he would. But now he just, a lot of times he just brought bricks and boards for some reason. So we may have to work that out with more of these. But at least for now, even if I have to micromanage, we'll have some stuff up here. So the reason I came in is because we've got some power. I have, these guys are kind of what you could call almost a skeleton crew down here. I just have an excavator and a bulldozer and 2 dump trucks. And I'm pretty much just assigning them to building roads that are a little bit long where you need a machine, because then you don't need manpower. However, like when it comes to these roads, in a lot of cases, I'm just paying for them with dollars. I know it's a little cheaty, but enough's enough, even for me. So, I'm willing to do that, you know. So, the same thing kind of happened with some of these power lines. I planned on these, the big power lines. I don't seem to have a problem saying, okay, build them, and they did, which is great because that's the most expensive steel. But like other ones like this, I don't know if it's the dirt roads or these medium switches, but it's saying these, you know, weren't connected to a road, even though everything was there and the switch was in place. So a lot of the medium ones I also just paid for with dollars. But we should get back to work because we now have this platform. It's just, this has like been a long time coming. And I think what I need to do is go over and assign like wherever the best place to get people from or to get materials from. So we're going to try to get all our materials and keep that thing full up there, but we still don't have any people. So I'm going to say, okay, get your people from here. Your gravel store is going to be in the other place, but we still have to come down to here for this. We still have to come down to here for that. Steel, bricks, prefab panels, and boards we're going to try to get from up there. So at least this will save some trips, because this is just, it's kind of ridiculous. Especially with their inefficiency. So then what I'm going to do is transfer all these guys out of here. So let's open this window while I'm down here. Stick it off to the side so that way I can, you know, open up each truck. So we need to go get the gravel assigned, and then as we move things up here, I can start knocking them off the list, you know. So you were going, gravel. You were going to get your gravel from there, and you're going to get your other open storage. Hopefully we can keep this guy stocked enough. All the regular supplies there, you'll get from there. Perfect. So we can probably close that menu and come in here and just take each of these vehicles and stick them in here. What happened, Crane? Did you not? Oh, okay. Oh, it did go. Okay. A little delay in the, some of them leave like immediately, and then some of them, oh, you know what it is, because they're waiting to get out the door. That's what it is. There's gonna be, you know what I mean, like they, only one vehicle can exit the depot at a time. All right, so in some ways this is not perfect, I'm sure. Mixer. All right, let's just, I didn't mean to close that. Doesn't always, when you hit escape, it doesn't always, there we go. Now let's go back here. It doesn't always necessarily close the one I expect it to. And then this they have to fix. I hope that's on their list. Let me just come in to demolish anywhere, right? And I click on this building. And it says, are you sure you really want to demolish? And I click yes. See that spot right back there? I know I've said it before, but when you got all this going on, it's just really easy. So, you know, oh, did I just delete that building? Oh, I did. Oops. What the heck was that? There's my, oh, that was my cement factory, wasn't it? Oops. Not demolished. Let's go put another. Yeah, definitely was. Yeah, there. That's asphalt. Yeah, or concrete factory. It's been. Yeah, no way I'm going to put it in there without deleting some stuff. Oh. It's easy to switch the two around in your head, isn't it? Now, what I'll typically do is just delete this whole thing. You can see compared to like earlier, I deleted back all those paths. And then that way when we do this road, it ends up being one. I think I've said that before. So. And then if I come here, it's just one road job. So, all right, so there we go. Now, there's another thing I realized that we missed. Now, how are we doing? Do we have like a whole caravan coming, I hope? Yeah, and this is definitely it. There it is. Dun, dun, dun. Good. Well, they're on their way. Definitely an argument for fast forward when you're doing something like this. I've not completely ignored town. There's people in it. Notice that I'm getting a lot of plus 21 adults. So I'm sort of just letting the town fill up because I just don't need any more people, even though I'm probably going to wish I had them at some point. I've already built this road, which is where our houses are going to be. And then I thought, well, you know what, let me just work my way down when it comes to the construction. So we'll get one of the quarries going, then I'll get the ore processor, the gravel crusher, or whatever you call it. Then we'll get our storage going, and then we'll pick our poison here, I think. But I realized I missed something, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And by the way, this is how I recommend you guys delete until they fix that thing. Just do this demolish thing, and then you only ever get one building. But I don't have a place to take gravel from here other than directly from here. So do we want to have like a loading place so that we can, you know, just tell them to go and load and unload from that? I don't know if we need it, but I feel like I do. And again, I'm not sure that they can't just pull in here. Conveyor loading. No, yeah, truck loading. Sometimes I get that mixed up. Can we squeeze that guy in here? Yes. How far? Shorter the conveyor, and the closer to the bottom of the road. It's going to be two. Okay. It can fit in there, no problem. So now what I need to try to do is get this guy in here into such a place that he'll be able to. Let's look straight down on him. Sometimes that's the easiest. No. That might work. Yep. That was the one I was worried about. Oh, the road's in the way. Well, that's a bummer. I guess I could have figured that was going to happen, but... Well, we need the conveyor. There you go. So now let's get... It's all not totally built, right? Let's see, can we get this guy? Come on. Well, I know it overlaps with the... Oh, is it that... Come on, you want to go through there, don't you? Let's do this. Make sure this isn't the problem. No? No. Kind of nicer when the white was there, at least I could see. This is kind of a big monkey wrench. Let's try something else. Let's see, I hit escape and then I go. Let's try to raise this a bit. And then that way this guy will be up higher, right? Maybe we can try coming from the other. Oh, come on. Well, it means we gotta demolish a little more of this. And can I demolish? I know this won't go well. Well, actually, it went a lot better than I expected it to. There you go. That looks... Alright, well that's, you know, in an industrial setting, I've seen far worse, personally. So, alright, this guy just needs a hookup road so we can build them. Good. Alright, so put that in writing. Yeah, so I don't know, you know, at least we got that. And then we could put in truck loading. There we go. That's fine. And then we need a little road for that. Can I make it to there? No. All right, why don't we go like that a little bit? And then can we go back the other way? Sometimes you can. There we go. And the only other thing I want to do is just let's just come back and make this a single construction. Now this is a bunch of yeah, it's 3. All right. Well, we might deal with that. All right, so where are we at? We have these guys up here. And is everybody... I don't think everybody's here yet, are they? Well, we'll find out. Let's assign them... Oh, we can't now. So what can they build that's the most important thing? Absolutely everything... everything that I wanted done first. Let's have them build a bus stop. Oh, look. Auto search. All right. Yeah, I don't like the auto search. Just because, you know, I got a very particular order all this needs to be done in. So now they should be assigned a bus. Let's sit here and see what they do. So the buses have to go all the way back to town. What do they need? Gravel and concrete. So they're going to have to go all the way back to town for gravel and concrete. But then the dump truck should go out. Yeah, there goes the dump. And where's the... Oh, they only have one dump truck. You know, I'm gonna steal one of these guys, because these are now the A team, and the other guys can get done what they get done. So that guy's gonna head up there. Oh, look, these guys are full. Okay, so see, this is full of gravel now. So that's why I have these guys waiting here. So you guys are gonna go over to here. So there we go. We got guys freed up for a little while. I've done this a couple times actually, and eventually we'll actually have a gravel plant over there. That'll be the first thing. All right. So now we need this. Did I miss it? Oh, I think I'm. No. Okay, there it is. So I need you to go do this road. And then your problem's going to be you're not going to have enough people to do this road, are you? Doesn't seem to hurt anything. Do we really want to delete that? Yeah, I do. All right, please don't delete my conveyor. Let's try to get it from this side. All right. So now that we proof of concept that it worked, right? Can we get through there without? Now we're never going to find it again. Oh, there it is. That might be better than it was before. All right, so now let's go back over to here, because I closed that window, and let's just, can I see? There you go. All right, now they'll do that whole section. Small bus platform. Yeah, that's fine. Close that. All right, so now that project is assigned, and they'll be able to get past that. It'll be a little setback. Do we have equipment up here stuck? No. Good. And then these guys are going to work on the bus platform, which, you know, so after we get done the aggregate down to here, at least we'll have some gravel up here, which will kind of be helpful. You know, it won't be the greatest. And then I would think, you know, this will be built, this will be along, you know, these two are going to be fairly intense on the concrete. So I may even end up buying another cement truck. Look at this guy. Oh, look at all that concrete. So we might just want to do the cement plant first and just ship our cement up here from over there, you know. And then this is that I'm not too worried about the prefab panels, but yeah, getting the cement up here with the concrete, I mean, because this alone is going to need a ton of concrete. And how are our dummy? Yeah, see, look. Is this guy just driving back and forth with boards now? Yeah, pretty much. Alright, I don't know what... Well, I know what to say, but it's... I wish... You know, he just keeps getting more and more boards every time instead of balancing his load. Alright, well, you know what? I just want you to bring steel each time from now on. Oh, wait, that's... Yeah, so just bring steel... And wait until you're unloaded, and hopefully we'll use up those boards and you just won't burn up gas the whole time. I may have to put him into the depot, so I might just have to really micromanage this, or what we're gonna have to do is get, and we'll probably have to have separate, you know, 4 separate small things until we can, well, I don't know, we're not gonna get 4 separate because we'll have some of the stuff up here, but yeah, we'll have prefab panels. Maybe we'll have a separate. Well, I guess you can get your panels from the yard here. Okay, so that we won't need. Boards we'll still need. Bricks. Yeah, we could have a separate yard for bricks up here. Separate yard for steel. We'll see. I think you guys get the idea. But there you go. So what I think I was saying before I distracted myself was, we'll get each of these going in due time. But next we're going to have to get, the next priority is to get like these 4 houses filled up with people and these 3 stores. So if we can get, that's the grocery stores, regular store, pub, and 4 sets of flats. And that'll get us some people up here, which will allow this to start operating. In addition, probably should put in, yeah, let's put in another bus stop. Another small bus platform. And this bus platform will be for construction people, or vice versa. Alright, so they'll come in here. You know what? I put that the wrong way. The bus will come from that other side mostly, I think. No, that's not too much. It lines up with the other one. It's more of like a mirror image now. And see, a lot of these little ones are just, it's just not worth the 59 game dollars for the time of my life that I spend dealing with it, you know? So here comes, now see, here's the thing with these, just so you know, if you haven't been aware, like there's no workers on this site, but as soon as this bulldozer gets over here, they'll still do their thing, so. Alright. Well, I think that's, you know, I just wanted to give you guys an image of what was happening, a snapshot of it. You know, I'm kind of proud of the fact that we even got this up here. I know it doesn't seem like too big of a deal in some ways, but it's taken quite a while just to even get that far, because when you're just shipping every little thing in for like, you know, for some of the, I mean, I did build a lot of the switches, I just didn't do all the wires, you know, because it wouldn't let me. And at first I did a few of these small roads, but then all of a sudden you run out of gravel over there, and you got to kind of take all the trucks off the road building to get them to refill the gravel thing. And come on, just pass them, buddy. Pass them. There you go. Good job. You know, I built this thing. That took quite a while, a bunch of little parts, but hey, now we got a transformer, a nice, you know, pretty big power up here. Alright, well, I will be back when it's that much more completed, you know. And what does this guy do? Oh, look, now this one, I think there may be 2 running back and forth, I forget. But he's got steel and boards this time. At least he's got some steel on him. See, I told him just, this one just bring steel and prefab, so. We'll have to, I'm gonna just have to micromanage that. And it's a shame that it's only got 2 spots, because if I got 2 trucks. There we go. So you took off most of your boards. Did somebody take boards out of here? Good on them if they did. Oh yeah, you probably took boards for here. No, you're still waiting on gravel. Anyway, alright. I'm gonna go talk to these guys for a while longer, and I will be back when they've actually accomplished more stuff. You know, I thought I'd come back to celebrate another happy moment. There are people living in my town. It's been, you know, a good while longer in real life. I got most all the roads graveled in. I guess that's not paved, but you know, we've got our bus now supposedly getting people from here, building the pub. A lot of people are just walking over there. So we got another flat going in, and pretty shortly I think I'll get them the entertainment before we do too much else. One of the things I wanted to let you guys know, so that you know for your playthrough, is when I was trying to build this, I ended up just finishing it manually, though I probably shouldn't have. I was just a little frustrated at that moment. What happened was, by the time the bus left over there and got to here, it would be empty. Or it would drop people off and they'd be in there for like 2 seconds, and then they would just all go back home. So keep that in mind, that while they're on their bus ride, it does count as work time. So this is this is really the extent of how far you would ever want to bus people to work. It worked here, but by the time they got to there, it's like they were just disappeared. That little difference. Just to give you an idea how far that is, if you're building out and you want to know, when I got to about this location, you know, somewhere in here, I forget exactly, I could no longer level because I was too far away from an excavator. So as you start getting, you know, too far past that point, just know that you need to set up an outpost of some sort, or else you're just not going to be able to do this. You know, like, the people won't put up with it for so long. Either that, or I guess you'll have to build it with money. But I'm really trying to avoid that for the most part, you know. Another thing, if I didn't say it, and I think I did, but it's been so long in real life, I'm not crashing anymore when I'm appointing these guys to do roads. So I'm really happy about that. That definitely is a nice thing. So anyway, I'll keep transferring people. You know, oops, I meant to click here. I'll keep transferring people up here. I have a power issue of some sort that I'll work out, you know, as I get to thinking about it. You know, like, we seem to have like a voltage fluctuation, and I think it's, you know, it's coming from, like, you can click on these and sort of see it's coming from, like, I think down there. So I don't know. I'll look at it, maybe let you guys know if I remember to. So there you go. I just wanted to take these few minutes to celebrate with you, and, you know, now that we have some people up here, once we get our town a little bit more settled, I'll be able to continue doing it. I do have a quarry built, so, like, you know, this is ready to go. Down to here, we can get a few trucks in already if we wanted to. But I do need to get, like, this is a gas station and a bus stop built up here, so we can drop people off to work. And then we'll have another bus stop here to cover, you know, this. Well, this is just the aggregate store. We don't need people there. But so yeah, I'll get that bus stop built, and before you know it, we will have gravel here, I hope. Well, good. Anyway, I hope you're happy for me, because trust me, this, if you're following along and trying to do the same thing, you'll appreciate it's no joke, as they say. All right. Well, there you go. I will be back with the next, I don't know, when I'm this happy again. How's that sound? All right. Talk to you in a bit. Well, admittedly, I'm not as happy as I was the last time. However, I am pretty satisfied. And we have a little town, and they've got their basics to keep their happiness. They don't have any sport quite yet, and they don't have a school, but we will work on that. And if we come up this way, we have this thing is just waiting on some mechanical components, which we still have to get from town. Well, we pretty much get everything from town at this point, but once we get this aggregate storage going, we can fire up, well, not quite fire up. We still need another bus stop up here. We need our gas station, but I have these guys hauling back and forth, and this is definitely a pain. I mean, if you sit here and stare at it, it works fine. Like you can see, I'm dropping low on steel, so I have two trucks running back and forth, as you've seen a little earlier, and I'm just literally micromanaging them. This is part of the problem with not having any access to rubles, is that I'm just so limited in the vehicles that I can buy. Now I've got $680,000, which is great, but at the same time, it doesn't help me on getting vehicles. Like, I could lay down some more yards, and I have to buy more flatbeds, and that's fine. I could do that a little bit more, but I'm just limited. So anyway, it's not a complaint, just a challenge. It's certainly a little tougher than you would think, you know. And when you can't spend rubles, it just makes it tough. And you're building this way where you're on hard mode. So So anyway, I think I'm going to end the episode here, even though we're not quite, you know, really ready, just because it's such a long episode. It's already definitely 2 parts. And, you know, what I'll do is come back pretty much when we have the gravel running, which won't be too much longer, I hope. That means we'll have gravel up here. And in the next episode, I want to do 2 things. One, first thing I want to do in the new episode is figure out what's going on with the power over here. I've kind of been ignoring it. If I click on this house, see how it's jumping back and forth? So I think I've overloaded the power, so we probably have to upgrade some power lines. Almost definitely have to upgrade some power lines. I don't think it has anything to do, like this line comes off totally separate. And if we come up to, I need that open. Let's just say this switch, right? See, this is pegged out 110 high voltage. You know, you can see it fluctuating in a few places. Oh, that's not. You see, it's like vibrating, but it's good power up here. So I need to straighten that out down there. And the other thing, I'm really not not using this crew too much. So what I'd like to do is also start planning our route to the north as things are settled over here in Gravel. I think I'm going to call it Gravel Town, even though that's not a very Eastern European sounding name. But we want to get over to that Molina so I can at least start selling the power to them. So it's yeah. So I want to start planning that road out where we would go around this mountain and get into all that. So getting rubles is key now at this point, because I've got enough. You can just see this. I can't spend it fast enough because I don't have enough vehicles. And sure, what's that, like 10 more vehicles? If I spelled, well, they're a little cheaper than that. 20 more vehicles at the very most. We'll go through that. I'm going to need like 3 just right up here. And the further I get stretched out and the more I want to supply towns like this, I mean, I could easily set up like 2 or 3 of these and have a vehicle there. There goes 7 vehicles. So anyway. All right, well, let me stop recording and call this an end of an episode. And now that we have a somewhat official other town, even if it's not far from complete, and we will probably complete it in the next episode, plus some other things. All right, I will talk to you guys fairly soon, I hope. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.